Welcome to the 2024 MLB season, Kansas City Royals style. We are at opening day. We're going to face the White Sox again on opening day and enter what is our final season for now of the sim. Like I said in the first episode of the sim, we're going to do 3 seasons for now. Some of you had said 5 seasons. You prefer that because you can watch prospects and trades work out more, and I'm with you. I understand that. So I might do 2 seasons later on, but probably there's going to be a break for sure, an extended break after this season. But we've got 4 or 5 more episodes probably coming, and we've got a World Series to try to win. So much to be done here. Let's meet the team. At catcher, I don't think there are any surprises on the roster. At catcher, we've got Melendez starting and Marchand backing up. Biggio and Pascantino are both on the roster. Once Profar is back in a couple weeks, there's not going to be room for both of them. Both lefty bats whose best position is first base. Again, Biggio is kind of a weird fit for this team, kind of redundant. And I like Pascantino a lot. So in some ways, I don't know why exactly I traded for him, but I think he's a valuable piece. I think he has potential to really be a different element in our offense because he walks so much, gets on base, etc. Brent Rooker, by the way, he's only hurt for 3 days. I didn't want to put him on he didn't get much spring training because of the injury, but I didn't want to put him on the IL. It would be retroactive. I guess I could and have somebody up for the first 3 days, but I decided just not to mess with that because we'll be back by like the 3rd game of the season. And he'll be our first baseman against lefties. Nick Lofton, the rookie last year, who put up a really solid season for us and then struggled in the postseason after the wild card round. He won the MVP that series and then didn't get a hit for 45 at bats or something ridiculous after that. Bobby Whit back to try to build upon his year last year where he got some down ballot MVP votes, like second place votes. I think he finished in the top 10, maybe not very high up. He's about to enter arbitration. Arbitration estimate is $6.05 million. He was asking for a 1-year $7 million. I actually just offered him a $6.4 million 1-year deal to try to get some cost certainty for next year. Nikki Lopez back, hoping to bounce back from a dismal offensive year last year, but was really good defensively, of course. Eloy back, bit of a bummer first year in Kansas City, worth exactly 0 WAR, just a 91 WRC+, but he came on strong in August and September. He was really good in the postseason, so hoping we can get the Eloy that he's capable of. Mondesi back in center. Of course, Shohei Ohtani is our starting right fielder and number 1 starter. Devers back at DH. On the bench, we've got, of course, Rooker, Alfredo Garcia, who was really solid for us at 107 plate appearances last year, the 103 WRC+. He can play all 4 infield positions okay. And I think, he's a righty bat. So I think he's a decent utility option if he can hit anywhere near what he did last year. And that does it for the hitters. Of course, Pascantino, I think, is the most likely to go out when Profar returns. Pitching side of things, no surprise in the rotation. Ohtani, Singer, Patino, Zerpa, Hernandez. We've got Zerpa and Hernandez as followers. In the bullpen, we have Asa Lacy, a lefty, and Alec Marsh, a righty, as openers / long relievers. I don't know how to pair it, so they pair Lacy with Hernandez and Zerpa with Marsh, so the handedness is opposite. I'm sure it won't work out that way. I don't think there's any way to do that I know of. Lacy is also the number 39 prospect in baseball. The rest of the bullpen, we've got Barlow back again, Matzik back, Will Klein, the young bullpen stud is back, Stallmount is back for another year. Martinez is on the team, I think partially because of injuries, but he pitched fine for us last year in 35 innings, splitting time between AAA and the majors. Christopher Sanchez is out of options, so this is kind of his year to put up. But he put up 3 WAR in Omaha last year in 141 innings, and then he only pitched 4 1/3 for me, but put up a 0 ERA. And then we've got Jorge Wan, of course. I think probably everybody's favorite player now at this point. This guy's awesome. He's got amazing stuff. 3 of the best pitches in the game, but just really questionable control, and he's a fly ball pitcher with below average movement. But he's got the stamina to start. I don't know, this guy is a tweak or an improvement away from being a number 1 starter. He also could be off our roster by July. I cannot wait to watch this guy pitch. And if he doesn't get enough innings in this role with middle relief, normal usage, high leverage, I will find a different role for him in this bullpen. So looking at the rest of the 40-man, just guys who will be in and out this year as injuries happen. Alfredo Garcia is a young lefty that we got from the Yankees, actually in the Sal Perez trade. The 2 starters we got in that trade are our number 1 and number 2 starters in AAA, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anderson Paulino is a guy who's been around and been successful in AAA. Wisniewski is the other starter we got for Sal Perez. He's in AAA. Jake Brents is wrong guy. Jake Brents is lefty depth, who's been up for us off and on the last couple of years, but he's still got an option year left. He's good enough to play in the majors. Just Sanchez was out of options as a lefty. He wasn't going to supplant Matzik, and I just want to see what Asa Lacy can do. I'd rather give those innings to Lacy. We've also got my main man, McKinley Moore here, basically a bullpen version of Jorge Wan in that he's got some outstanding pitches, some top-of-the-league type of stuff, but just control is going to make or break him. Only the 35 stamina for him, but he could be a really good stopper if he develops. Nathan Webb's another guy who's been up and down the last couple of years. Edison Suriel is a super interesting guy that I signed to a minor league contract 2 years ago, and then I guess he got better. Yeah, he improved some. His control improved. He only throws... Oh, never mind. Thinking of a different guy. He throws 96 to 98. Extreme ground ball with excellent stuff, excellent movement. 2 great pitches. He hasn't really found success in the minors yet. I guess he hasn't found playing time really. He only pitched 33 innings last year, but he put up a 1.91 ERA. So he's the closer in AAA. I'm pretty excited about this guy. I have some really fun arms coming up. Brandon Lewis is a guy who I claimed on waivers during the offseason. That I was surprised to find on waivers, especially with how well he's hit in the minors. You can see all these WRC pluses. Sometimes you'll find guys on waivers in the offseason who maybe shouldn't be there. I kind of have a house rule that I don't claim anybody younger than 25 on waivers. But looking at this guy, maybe I should bump that age up a little bit because in the offseason you can find some young, decent players on waivers. JC Correa is a guy who's had a lot of success in AAA. I mean, a 150 WRC plus there last year, and I gave him a really extended run on my roster, 122 plate appearances, and he was just really bad. So he's behind Garcia on the utility role depth chart now. We'll see if he can work his way back up. Ryan Kreidler is a guy we got from Tampa, I think, with Patino, right? In the Lance McCullers trade. And he held his own in AAA last year and did really well in brief time in the majors. He's more utility depth, and a righty bat really sets him apart from some of the other guys in the system. Lloyd L Chappelle Jr. is the number 91 prospect in baseball. I signed him as a minor league free agent my first year with the team. He was in AAA last year and was a bit better than league average, but he's a lefty bat, limited to the corners, so he's got to really hit well to earn a spot. Matthew Acosta is a righty bat who I got from San Diego in the Yu Darvish trade. Really good eye, walks a ton, and why was I thinking he's a righty bat? He's a lefty bat. So again, another lefty corner bat, but he might. I mean, he was excellent in AA last year for me, and he walks a ton. So I could see him coming up. If neither of my first basemen work out, Biggio or Pascantino, they're lefties. He can come up and play lefty there, or he could always come up and play left field, push Eloy to DH, and Devers to first. So he's got a path if he hits well. Sully Matias was coming up through the system, looking great. Hit the crap out of the ball in AA and AAA, and then last year in 120 plate appearances was just not very good for me and struck out in 30% of his plate appearances. My scout has cooled on him a little bit, but I still think he could play his way back into consideration for the roster if we have some injuries. We have the number 2 farm system in baseball. We have the top 2 prospects in baseball. This guy didn't even realize I had until this prospect list came out. Gaither, let's call him Margolio. My scout found him in February out of Venezuela. So, yeah, he looks amazing, and he's got high intelligence. I know you guys are like, well, you're not going to play any more seasons, so we won't see him develop. But again, I plan to be back with a couple seasons to let these guys develop out some more. Jose Cardenas is the number 2 prospect in baseball, international free agent signing last year, and the number 16 prospect in baseball, and now in rookie ball is my international free agent signing from 2022, Jesus Cuevas. And then we've got Lacey, Chappelle. I do want to get in a bit to my AA team because I know some of you are saying you weren't going to see the draft prospects up, but I think you possibly could this year, depending on how things play out. Max Carlson was my 4th rounder in 2023, and he's already pitched 19 innings in AA, and he was good in both high A and AA. Tyson Heaton, 6th round pick in 2023, pitched 62 innings in AA this year, and he's there again. So if these guys are good, their second go-around in AA, like they'll get promoted pretty quickly. 2022 round 9 pick, Austin Kraub, pitched 59 innings in AA last year and was really bad. Hopefully he can be better this year. Jackson Kelly is my 10th round pick from 2022, who also pitched in AA last year and really struggled, but hopefully can find more success this year. I have a few bats too. Is it this guy? Yeah, 2023 round 13 pick, a college bat, who has found success in the minors so far. So yeah, I have some draft picks that are moving their way up the system. Maybe we won't see them this year, but maybe in like seasons 4 and 5, we could see some of them come up. So opening day, it's Ohtani's debut and he's starting. So I think that game makes sense to play out. So in just a minute here, we will get out to the yard. And by the yard, I mean Kauffman, to take on the White Sox. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you the standings. Hold on. The preseason predictions. Oh, wow. The AL East is totally mediocre. That's crazy. So we're predicted to win 86 games and be the only team above 500 in our division. Our ERA is up a good bit from last year, which is a little surprising, I thought, with like Ohtani. Maybe they don't like my young starters that much. So we don't have any pitchers or hitters in the top players. Yeah, just double checking that. And then the Royals are the favorites in the West. And then the NL, the favorites are the Mets, the Cardinals, and of course the Dodgers. But the Padres and the Braves look like they could make some noise as well. Oh, wow. CJ Abrams. Was he good yet for them? No, he hasn't achieved much yet for them. But Tatis is looking at just 60 home runs and 53 steals. I updated the patch that like chilled him out a little bit, so he did, but he hasn't really chilled out. He's got 160 home runs entering his age 25 season. Good for him. So yeah, we'll play out that game and then get into the season. All right, so here we are at opening day. Ohtani on the hill. Thank you, William, for helping me figure out why it wasn't. I went to start the game a few minutes ago, and it wasn't letting me DH Ohtani. And there's another like checkbox you have to hit in the settings. And viewer and friend and patron of the channel, William, helped me troubleshoot that. So thank you. In the first recording of this, when I was starting opening day, in the middle of recording, my wife brought me half an ice cream sandwich because we had one left, and she was willing to split it with me. So I'd also like that not to be lost here, since that recording that I started with Ohtani not being able to play is lost. So that did happen. So, you know, with Ohtani obviously DHing or, well, pitching, so hitting. And I'm curious, so you can have a player shift to DH now from pitching in the majors, and in this game there's an option. I have a check, so I'm just curious how it's going to work out when I go to do that. We may run into issues. I may end up with pitchers hitting. Who knows? But so because of Ohtani being at DH, Devers comes into first base, and then Biggio goes out to right field to play where Ohtani will play when he's not pitching. All right, and the rest of the lineup is the same. So let's get the volume going. We got Giolito versus Ohtani. Let's get out to Kauffman. We're going to have 54-degree weather. The wind is blowing out at 12 miles per hour. Ooh, here's Tommy Pham, who I thought was like, where was he last year? He was in San Diego and was not very good. He returned to San Diego and was pretty bad. But he turned that into a minor league contract that he then made the team and is their opening day hitter. All right, go Tommy. Quite a rise there over the last month for you. Devers and his 30 first base defense out here. So, all right, let's get down to it. This is a 1-2 pitch coming from Shohei to Tommy Pham. in front of what looks like a sold-out Kauffman Stadium, and he strikes him out. So Ohtani has struck out every batter that he's faced as a Royal so far. Now here's Tim Anderson. This is another 1-2, and he's down on strikes on a nasty slider, says the play-by-play. Kauffman is, on its feet at this point. Now here's a 2-2 coming to Robert. Oh, Ohtani strikes out the side. That's on a sinker, and now he's going to come up second in this inning. Maybe he'll go yard. Here's franchise player Bobby Witt. 2-1 pitch coming to him. Looks like a lovely weather here on opening day, and Witt laces a ball to left for a single. And we've got one aboard now for the man of the hour, Shohei Ohtani. Crowd's on its feet. Here comes a 2-2. And that is hit into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Witt is going to make the turn and go to third, and the Royals are in business here in the bottom of the first on opening day. Eloy looking to get his bounce-back season off on the right foot here. First and third, nobody out. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and he grounds it slowly to third. Not going to get anyone. So Eloy with the infield RBI single, and now we've got Devers coming up. 2-2 pitch coming to Rafael. Ooh, he's down swinging on a changeup out of the strike zone. Here's catcher MJ Melendez, a 2-2. That is a base hit to right. Runner's not even going to consider going. So we've got Giolito in trouble here, which is a big deal. Would really like to push through here. Now here's Alberto Mondesi, switch hitter, hitting from the left side with the bases loaded and one down. And a 1-1 pitch coming, and that's trouble for the White Sox. Good for the Royals. That might clear the bases. That's into the left center field gap. It's not going to clear the bases, but it's going to drive in two. And Mondesi's on second. Melendez goes to third, and we're now up 3-0, and still just one down with two men in scoring position. Now we've got right fielder Cavan Biggio making his debut. 2-1 pitch to Cavan, and that is hit on a line to center field, caught. Average depth, great arm, good runner. No, I'm not going to test. Great arm, man, does not work out well unless it's very deep normally. All right, now here's Nick Lofton looking to get back into the swing of things after a bad postseason. Full count. And he walks him. We'll take that. Now here's Nikki Lopez, another guy who we'd love to see a bounce-back offensive season from. Bases loaded, 2 down, 3-0 Royals. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Lopez. And his bounce-back offensive season will have to wait for another at-bat as he strikes out swinging. But we score 3. We're up 3-0 now, and here's Ohtani dealing to Colas, the 3-1 pitch. Walked him. Here's Andrew Vaughn, the 1-1. And that's looking playable down the line and right. It is. Biggio's got it. Here's Moncada now, the 3-1. Ooh, another walk. 2 walks here for Ohtani. And now we've got Gavin Sheets up, a 3-1. And that is hit high and deep. That might be gone. That is gone. That's way gone. So a 430-foot home run by Gavin Sheets has put a damper on the mood here a bit in Kansas City. The game's now tied. 3 runs on 1 hit for the Royals. Now here's Edmund Sosa, the 1-2 pitch. It's grounded to second. Lofton's got it. Now here's Grandal, the 1-1. It's grounded to second. Lofton will make the play again, and we will go to the bottom of the second, but not the kind of inning Ohtani wanted. But Bobby Witt, who started things off in the first with a single, will come up again now. He's down 0-2 here. Goes down looking on a changeup. And now we've got Shohei Ohtani, who's 1 for 1 today. Here comes a 1-0. That is hit in the air to right, but playable. Can't help his own cause there. Here's Eloy, who had the infield RBI hit last time, 3-2. He's down on strikes, swinging at a slider. So now Ohtani will go out and try to smooth things out a bit here. Here's a 2-1 to Pham. And Pham grounds it slowly to third. Witt's got it. Fires to Devers. We've got 1 down. Now here is Tim Anderson, the 1-0 pitch. Grounded to short. Lopez makes the play. 2 down. Luis Robert, the 3-0. Walks him. Now here's the cleanup hitter, Oscar Colas, who hits it to center, but Mondesi is on it. And we will go to the bottom of the third. Rafael Devers, 0 for 1 today, leading off. The 1-0 pitch to Devers. And that is a base hit to right. Now here's Melendez, 1-for-1 today, the 1-1. That's grounded slowly. They might not get anybody. Oh, they are going to get Melendez at first. But Devers goes to second on the ground out to short. Here's Mondesi, who had the big hit in the first with the RBI double to left center. Here's a 1-0 pitch coming to Mondesi. And that is in the air to left, over by the line. Pham's got it. So now here's Kevin Biggio, who's 0-for-1 today. Here's a 1-1. And Biggio is going to fly out to left as well. So we leave runners in scoring position again. We'll go to the fourth. Andrew Vaughn is up, who's 0-for-1 today. This is a 1-2 pitch coming to Vaughn. He's down swinging. Tani's already at 55 pitches. I guess that's not a ton for 3 1/3. But here's Moncada now, who was one of the walks who came around to score on the home run. 2-2 pitches grounded to first. Devers, Gold Glover over there, makes the play. Here's Sheets, who had the big home run his last time up. This is an 0-2 pitch coming. And Sheets hits the 0-2 pitch hard to right for a single. Now we've got Sosa up, who has a 1-0 pitch coming. Lopez ranges way over and flips to second for the out. So now we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Nick Lofton leading off, who walked his first time up. 2-2 pitch to Lofton. He's down swinging. Now here's Nikki Lopez, who's 0-for-1, full count. And that is a base hit to center. 7 hits now for the Royals. Here's Bobby Witt, 1-for-2 today, 1-2 pitch. He's down swinging, down on strikes for the second consecutive at bat. Now here's Ohtani with 2 down, 3-0 pitch. Doing what he does, walking. Ohtani things. Now here's Eloy, who is 1-for-2 today. The 3-1 pitch coming to Eloy. And he walks. All right, so now we've got bases loaded, 2 down. So we've got Giolito in trouble again. I mean, we've got 10 base runners through 3 2/3, but have not been able to deliver any kind of decisive knockout blow here. Hopefully Devers can do it here. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. And that looks like a fly ball to center to end the inning. Yep, fielded cleanly. And we'll go to the fifth. Ohtani's at 66 pitches. Here comes a 1-2 pitch to Grandal. He's down looking. Now here's Pham, a 3-0 pitch. Is he going to walk him? Oh, Pham swinging away, 3-0, and he grounds out to third. Brutal decision. Now here's Tim Anderson, 1-0 pitch coming. And that is hit in the air to left. Eloy makes the catch. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth now. MJ Melendez, 1-0 pitch. Oh, that is hit really hard to deep center, and it's off the wall. And Melendez has a double. Now we've got Mondesi up. Chance for another ribby here. First pitch. Oh, Melendez running. Here's the throw, and he's safe. So Melendez has his first stolen base of the season. Here comes a 1-1 to Mondesi. And he will hit that into left on a line. Mondesi with another RBI here. A great opening day for the center fielder. Now here's Kevin Biggio, who's 0-for-2 today. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. And Biggio drills one down the field and right. That's going to be extra bases. The ball is very deep. Yes, I want to signal him to score. Now it's just going to skip to the next batter. Watch. Oh, hey. Is he out at the plate? What just happened? He was thrown out at the plate? It's really annoying that does that. Runner from third. Yeah, he was thrown out at the plate. Wow. Okay. It was deep, and it was like a fantastic runner and like a good arm. That's strange. All right, so now we've got Biggio on second, 1 down, a double, but no RBI. Now we've got Nick Lofton, who's 0-for-1 with a walk. This is an 0-2 pitch. Lofton's down swinging. Chases a bad pitch out of the zone. Nikki Lopez now with 2 down, the 0-1 pitch. And Lopez hits a ball down the line and right. That should score the run. Yep, Nikki Lopez now is 2-for-3 today. Drives in the run. And we've got a 5-3 lead. And now we've also got the top of the order coming up. Here's Bobby Witt. Full count. Down on strikes. I think that's his third strikeout of the game. All right, here's Ohtani at 76 pitches. 2 hits, 3 walks, 3 runs, 5 Ks through 5 innings. The 1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss by Luis Robert. Now here's Colas, the 3-2 pitch. He's down swinging. Now here is Andrew Vaughn, the 3-1. All right, so it flies out. Sorry, I got distracted there. So Ohtani is up now. It tells you his pitches here. All right, so Ohtani is up, bottom of the 6th. First pitch of the at-bat coming. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. That looks like a fly out to right. Indeed it is. And now we've got Eloy up, the 3-2. Eloy hits one hard to center, but good play. He's out. Now here's Devers, who's 1 for 3 today. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that is a ground out to first. So now it gets interesting that I'm going to try to take out Ohtani and keep him in the game as a DH, something I've never tried to do in Out of the Park. It wasn't even an option before this year. So what inning are we in? We're in the 7th. They're going switch. I think Moncada. Yeah, Moncada we want a lefty in for. And Sheets too. And then we get to the bottom of it. So we're going to bring in a lefty. And we're in the 7th inning. So that would be Matzik would be the guy we want to bring in now. Why is he listed as a... Okay, never mind. Sorry. I'll deal with that later. So we want to bring in Matzik to the game. No, I don't want him to bat second. That's exactly what I don't want to do. Can I move him to DH? Well, it looks like I might be screwed for this game. Because there's a way to do this, but apparently I don't know how to do it. Because I want to switch Ohtani. Maybe I can switch him to like right field and make Biggio the DH. No, it's just not even going to give me the option. But I guess can I do a double switch? No, I do not want to do that. Not yet, I don't. Yeah, I guess that's what I got to do here. I got to... If I want Ohtani in the game still, I got to do a double switch. But I don't get my DH, which sucks. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do this. By the time you guys see this, hopefully I'll have it figured out. I mean, I will have it figured out, but yeah, so Biggio is up soon. I don't want to take Ohtani out of the game. So yeah, I guess I'll just put Matzik in here. Yes. Put him in as pitcher. And Ohtani goes out to right field. All right, that's highly annoying, but I'll figure it out. I should have looked at it before I played this. So Matzik now with a 3-2 pitch here to Moncada. Lofton makes the play, and he's out. Now here's Gavin Sheets, an 0-2 from Matzik. He's down on strikes. Sosa, the 0-2. Grounded to second, and it's an error. A throwing error by Lofton keeps the inning alive. Now here's Grandal, a 1-2 pitch. He's down on strikes. So we work around the error, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th with Tyler Matzik due up like second or third. Great. All right. They are bringing in Robert Suarez, and MJ Melendez is up. So here's a 2-2 pitch. That's a hit down the line. Should be extra bases. It is. Man, Melendez is 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, I believe, now. Now here's Mondesi, who's 2 for 3 with 3 RBI, the 0-2 pitch. Goes down on strikes. There's the Mondesi we know. All right. Well, clearly we need to pinch hit here. Do they have a righty on the mound? So we will pinch hit Vinny Pascantino. Ooh, they're going to intentionally walk him. Okay. To bring up Nick Lofton, who is 0 for 2 today. First pitch in the air to center, but very playable. Won't advance the runner, won't do anything. Now here's Nikki Lopez, who's 2 for 3 with a ribby today. 1-0 pitch coming. And that's another hit for Lopez. Into left. Will not advance the runner home. So now we've got the bases juiced. and none other than Bobby Whit Jr. at the plate. 2-2 pitch. Man, I think that's 4 strikeouts. Yeah, 4 strikeouts for Whit today after igniting the action in the first. He's gone cold on us. So we'll go Will Klein now coming in, who hopefully will get a chance to bat next inning. That would be neat. So here's Tommy Pham. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Pham. Grounded to short. Lopez has got it. He's out. 1-2 pitch. I probably should have put in Pascantino to play defensively at first for Devers. Oh well. So here's Luis Robert up, the 1-0 pitch. And that is a foul out to third base. Whit makes the play. So we will go to the bottom of the 8th. Shohei Ohtani, the right fielder now, will hit, and he will get a second hit of the day. It's a base hit to right field. Now here's Eloy, the 1-1. Ohtani stealing. Man, this guy does it all. 1-2 to Eloy. He's down on strikes. Swinging. Devers grounds out to second. Ohtani goes to third. So now we'll get MJ Melendez, who's 3 for 4 today. 2-1 pitch to MJ. That should do it. It will indeed. All right, so we will go to the top of the 9th, and we will bring in the closer / stopper, Scott Barlow, to try to close this opening day out with a win. It's got to go through Colas, Vaughn, and Moncada. Here's the 0-1 to Oscar Colas. And that is a fly ball to right, but Ohtani's got it. Vaughn, the 1-2. Down on strikes. Moncada, full count pitch. Ooh, walked him. Looked good from here. So now he's got to face the lefty, Gavin Sheets, who did damage earlier in the game. Here's a 1-1 pitch. And that's a base hit. So the White Sox in business here. Edmund Sosa. Oh, they just pinch ran Adam Engel. Here's a full count pitch to Sosa. And that is falling, but Ohtani makes the play for the last out. Nice. So we win. Opening day. We got 2 hits from Ohtani. We got 3 hits from Melendez. 2 big hits from Mondesi. 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 3 runs. Really just that 3-run homer he gave up after the 2 walks. And then the back end of our bullpen closed it out. Matzik, Klein, Barlow. I was trying to figure out the thing with Ohtani there before the game. So I'll have to figure out why he is not allowed to pinch hit or become the designated hitter, because having a starting pitcher can remain as DH when removed, enabled. So I'll have to figure out how you do that, because clearly I did that wrong. All right, so now I will play ahead in the season a bit. We'll come back and check in on how the season's going. Okay, we are about 1/3 of the way into the regular season. We're 50 games, so 4 more games until the 1/3 mark. By the way, speaking of 1/3 mark, if you've ever heard the term quarter pole used, you've probably heard it used in the wrong way. So if you want to know the right way to refer to the quarter pole of like a season or a race, just Google it real quick. Might surprise you, or you might be like, yeah, I know. Every time somebody uses it wrong, it drives me crazy. So anyways, we're 1/3 of the way through the season. We're having a really good season, 33-17. We've got a sizable lead over the Twins, 7 games up. You can see Ohtani's in the league leaders in home runs, OPS, batter war. We've got 17 steals from Mondesi with a nice hitting streak from Bobby Whit. Earned run average, Carlos Hernandez, second in the league at 1.98, and Zerpa at 2.55. Those are all our league leaders for now. And we've really earned this record. We're plus 63 run differential, which is in the American League. We're third behind the Jays and the Yanks, who are both a nice plus 69. So let's go to the info page. Now, this pitcher information is a little off in terms, runs allowed and ERA would be right, but starters and bullpen, I'm using openers with Hernandez and Zerpa, and as you can see by their ERA, it's worked out really well. But so that they would be assigned to the bullpen ERA and the person who opens the game, the starter's ERA. So you just kind of need to look at the overall, we're second at a 3.47, first in runs allowed. Our defense is third in both categories. We're third in BABIP. Over here in the offense, we're looking way better. We are, I know we struggled with on-base walks and power last year, so basically OPS. And we're second on OBP, fifth in slug, so third in OPS. We're sixth in runs scored. We're ninth in home runs, so still could use some improvement there, but we're third in base on balls, which is just outstanding. We had an 18-7 April. We're 13-9 so far in May. I think we hit a little dip here. Yeah, we lost 4 of 5, 5 of 6 there. We've kind of gone 500 since coming out of that kind of losing streak. So jumping into like the team and how they performed, let's sort by OPS plus. You can see Ohtani has just been a monster with 201 OPS plus and a 196 WRC plus, 2.3 WAR. Profar, since returning from injury, has played every day pretty much, and the reason is that we have an injury to Eloy Jimenez. He's been out since 6 games into the year. It's like a 2-month injury, a strained hamstring. He's got another 2 to 3 weeks. You can see he was hitting really well with that 600 BABIP in his first 23 plate appearances. Because of that, Profar is in left field most every day. Brent Rooker in limited time as a platoon bat is playing really well. That's working out. Melendez, another solid season. Kevin Biggio is doing great. He's walking a ton, 16% of his plate appearances. Love to see those strikeouts come down a bit. But him and Ohtani, both brought in because they can get on base, are both walking a ton. Ohtani at 22.2% walk rate. Devers has really hit a cold streak here. 107 OPS plus. You can see, OPS plus in April is 152. He's a beast, and now in May just a 64. So he's really hit a cold streak here. But hopefully he'll bounce back. Obviously, Mckinley Garcia, a completely league average OPS plus as a utility guy. All day you'll take that. All day. Marchand, the catcher, I think I say it different every time, solid as a backup. Bobby Witt, a little slow with the bat so far this year. He's still on pace for 4.9 WAR because his glove is awesome. He's also getting some starts at shortstop. He started 7 games there, and he has a positive zone rating, which is pretty nice to see. And then we've got Mondesi. He plays a good defensive center field, so you'll take a 92 OPS plus. Acosta was just called up. With Eloy out, I've tried to give different guys opportunities. And right now it's Acosta's turn. He's a lefty, which doesn't match great with the rest of our roster, but it works okay. Nikki Lopez has been fine. We'll take an 82 OPS plus. I think he's capable of more, but we just can't have that 66 OPS plus nonsense he was doing last year. 81 I can live with. It's about the low end of what I can live with. And then Nick Lofton missed a month with, I think, a fractured finger. So he's only played 25 games, but he's just been terrible. 49 OPS plus. Now, some of that is he's got a 229 BABIP. Last year, he racked a 290 BABIP, which, the 2 years before in the majors, he was over 300 BABIP. So, this pedigree here that my scout sees, OSA sees it too. Like, he's going to have a long leash with me because he performed well last year in the regular season, and my scout really likes him. And he was a top 10 prospect as of the last time that he was eligible to be ranked as a prospect. So, the fact that we're 33-17 with Whit and Devers both underperforming so badly, and our second baseman being like an A-ball caliber player. No, I mean, Ohtani, Profar, Rooker, Melendez, Biggio have really done well. Devers isn't that much worse than Biggio when you look at it by OPS plus, but Devers has been ice cold for a month. And we also expect way more out of him than Biggio. This is, kind of the ceiling of what I'd expect from Biggio, where this is like the floor of what I'd expect from Devers. So we need more from Rafael Devers and Bobby Witt, and hopefully that can help us sustain our great start to the season. Pitching side of thing, let's sort by ERA. Tyler Matzik leading the way with a 1.29 ERA in 21 innings, and Carlos Hernandez with a 1.98. And you can see their FIPS are pretty well in line too. I mean, If your ERA plus is above 100, you're better than league average. If your FIP minus is below 100, you're better than league average. So you can see FIP-wise, I mean, we're pitching great. It seems sustainable. Hernandez has been great in 50 innings as a follower. A 2.5 ERA from Sanchez in just 18 innings. I do have an extra pitcher on the roster because Ohtani obviously allows you to have either an extra hitter or an extra pitcher since he's one of both. I have extra pitcher right now. It is limiting the innings on some guys more than I'd like, so we'll see what I do moving forward. I think these things tend to work themselves out. Asa Lacy, a 2.52 ERA, 3.23 FIP in 35 and 2/3 innings. He's an opener for me, and he's been really good. You can see he's had 21 appearances, 11 of them as an opener. Zerpa, 2.55 ERA, 3.67 FIP, just outstanding as a follower. Will Klein, he's a guy I'd like to get more innings out of. He's on pace for 99, but he's a 40 stamina. Like, this is a guy who could probably throw 120 to 150 innings, and he's really good. Brady Singer has been great, bouncing back from that injury last year. What was it, a shoulder or an elbow injury? It was partially torn labrum. Yeah, I was pretty worried. That's why I was worried about it, because shoulder injuries are not fun. Alec Marsh has been good out of the bullpen as both a long and middle man, but a opener as well at times, although I've taken him out of that role some lately. Barlow had a really rough start ERA-wise, but you can see his FIP is at 2.44, and he's gotten the ERA down now into a normal-ish range. Seth Martinez has been fine. He's only pitched 12 innings. He's kind of one of the last guys in there. Ohtani, not great from him. I mean, his FIP is 5% better than the league average, but his ERA is below league average at 4.61. The Sierra is 2.85. So yeah, I mean, hopefully he can fall more in line with his peripherals as the season moves on. Luis Patino, let's come back to Patino and Juan. Stallmount has just been a victim of, I need to find a way to get him more innings. You can see his ERA is 7.36. Sierra is 3.54. FIP 5.52. Just a victim of like getting blown up once and not having many innings, I think. So I changed his role. So I have like 3 setup guys for the 6th or later now to try to get him more innings. But with this extra pitcher, like, guys are going to get shorted innings. So we'll see what happens there. Now, Jorge Wan, everybody's favorite player, certainly mine. It's just not working. He's got a 6.11 ERA. Now his FIP is 4.68. His Sierra is 2.73. Do I want to stick with him? Looking at that, yeah, I do. But I don't think I'm going to right now because the reason is Luis Patino. So Patino needs to come out of the rotation, and I don't want to option him yet. We got some really bad news. Our latest scouting report. His control has dropped all the way to 30. It was 40 towards the end of last year, and when we traded for him. Then in spring training, it fell to 35, and now it's fallen to 30. He is walking more people than he's striking out. You can see the strikeout rate, 7.3 per 9. Walk rate, 7.8 per 9. That's just not, he had a 6 walk start here, a 6 walk start there. I switched him to follower to see if that would work, and it just hasn't worked. But I don't want to option him. I guess more invested in Patino, so to speak. Now, Lance McCullers has an ERA over 6, so I don't feel bad about the trade because I'm also saving like $16 million. But I think Juan is he's less established. I'd like to see him go down to AAA. Hopefully we can see Patino get his control back up. OSA still sees it as a 35. I'm going to send my scout back out on him in a couple weeks. But, I mean, basically the performance of walks continues he's not playable. So I want to try to give him a chance in the bullpen. So it'll move a righty to the bullpen. And then I think I'm going to move a lefty to the rotation, Asa Lacy. And I haven't decided if I'm going to make a follower or not. Maybe I could take the training wheels off of Zerpa or Hernandez, but they're performing so well in the follower role that I kind of don't want to. And then, so who I would call up, either of these guys I got from the Yankees in the Sal Perez trade, they're both pitching great. Wisniewski and Garcia. But who is really fun is Edison Suriel. I mean, this guy's fun, and he's absolutely dominating out of the pen. A .64 ERA, 1.1 FIP. I really want to call him up, and he's a lefty, so he can replace Asa Lacy as a lefty in the bullpen. I think maybe I should make room for Wisniewski, maybe optioning Seth Martinez, who hasn't been great, or Staumont. I want to see more innings from him. He's been a really good reliever for me for 2 seasons. I'm not going to base it off a 7-inning sample. We've had some other guys on the 40-man up and perform. Let me just run through that real quick. He's not been up. Was he up? No. No, not been up. We haven't had, knock on wood, really any pitching injuries yet. Oh, I forgot. My boy Vinny Pascantino did get optioned about 12 games ago, and he's absolutely crushing AAA pitching. But he had a 70 WRC plus and 82 plate appearances. Now, the BABIP was 213. He was walking more than he was striking out. So, perhaps there should have been a longer leash here for him. But Biggio and Profar were just playing so well. I was losing, as just a first base DH, I was losing a way to be able to play him every day. Because, it's not like I can stick Biggio out and left because Profar's owned that job. And Biggio has played so well. So Acosta is up in that roster spot. I'm giving some other guys some run while Eloy's out. I still have a lot of love for my guy Vinny. JC Correa was up during the Lofton injury. He's crushing AAA pitching. He was actually crushing Major League pitching. Only 33 plate appearances, but a 144 WRC plus. 114 WRC plus. I think he'll be up sooner rather than later. Garcia's been league average, but maybe Correa is going to outplay him. Tough to lose your job as a league average bat in a utility role. Kreidler's not been up. Chappelle has not been up. Lewis has not been up. Matias did come up because he's just murdering AAA pitching again this year, on pace for 50 home runs in 392 plate appearances, but he only got 27 plate appearances, but he put up a 46 WRC plus. His strikeouts were way down, but there's only so much time until Eloy comes back, and I wanted to divvy up the playing time amongst some other guys. So he got about a week's worth of games, and he wasn't doing anything. So down he goes. Not fair to him, but I'm sure he'll get another opportunity. So yeah, I think I'm gonna option Jorge Wan, who has given up runs in 4 of his last 5 appearances. He's had some bad luck, some bad batted ball luck, but he's not even that mad about going down there. And we're gonna call up Suriel, who has just been freaking amazing down there. How did I get him again? Did I sign him? I can't remember. I think I looked at this earlier. Oh yeah, my first season I signed him as a minor league free agent because he had an 80 movement potential. All right, so now Patino is going to come out of the bullpen. He's no longer a follower. Put him in middle relief, and let's make him an opener. Give him some innings there. Asa Lacy comes in. Well, I'm going to leave Asa Lacy off the opener follower thing for now. I'm going to limit him to 80 pitches, see how that goes. All right, actually, let's do this. Let's avoid high leverage for now. Let him try to work his way back. High leverage. All right, so now we've got Barlow as the stopper. The only reason I don't have Klein as my stopper is because he's not even arbitration eligible yet, and I don't want him getting all those saves and bumping up his arbitration estimates, which are already going up because he's putting up such good numbers. So Barlow, Staumont, Matzik, Klein. We'll see if Staumont gets more innings with this setup, and if hopefully it doesn't take away too many innings from Matzik and Klein. That'll be something I'm keeping an eye on. But Matzik's pitched a bunch in the last 2 weeks. Klein has pitched a good number of games too. Then Martinez, Marsh, Patino kind of in that middle relief role. Suriel and Sanchez, long relievers. Patino and Sanchez will get time as openers. So that's where things stand now. We've got a series coming up against the Angels, who are in first place at 31-20, so that should be a good series. Mike Trout hitting .230, but getting home base and slugging the crap out of the ball. Oh, he's day-to-day with a strained rib cage muscle. They've still got Rendon. Oh, they have Austin Meadows, who they got from Detroit last offseason in a trade for those two guys. Guillorme is their leadoff hitter. Happ and Grichuk, two guys that I looked at in free agency, who they signed. Suarez, Pivetta, Marquez, Swanda, Thornton. That sounds about right. Their starting pitch. I mean, their starting area is fourth, so maybe I shouldn't give them too much crap. But what are you doing here, man? You're wasting away. I just don't understand why they. Oh, they have. Wait. They have Javi Baez. What? Oh, Baez opted out. Maybe I knew this. I had to have known this. This is his first season with him. He's doing really well. Where is he in their lineup? I didn't even notice him. He's batting 9th against righties and 5th against lefties. Well, that is interesting. That is very interesting. So I've got the Angels coming up. Who's set to pitch for us? Shohei Ohtani. I'm not going to, I know some of you had said you're not as interested in the draft because you might not see these guys play for the team since it's a shorter sim, but again, I'm going to play some more seasons, but I'm not going to go through the whole draft. I'll probably do it on my own, recap it for you guys in this episode, and I think we'll probably get up to the trade deadline or so, but that's it for now. That's the update. Go Royals. We'll jump ahead a bit. Okay, so I've only simmed ahead 2 days, and disasters kind of hit. Devers is out for 7 weeks with back spasms. Bobby Whit Jr. is out for 5 weeks with a strained PCL. And we've got Nick Lofton injured with a diagnosis pending. Wow. So when Devers went out, I called up Pascantino to play DH against righties. Marchand is my DH against lefties. So... yeah, I mean, who can play third base on this? I mean, you'd be okay. You don't have much experience. Don't think Lofton has the arm. Not really. It's Kevin Biggio? Not really. Profar? I don't think so. No, he doesn't even have any experience, but he has a bad arm. I mean, Mondesi is our best third baseman, but we don't. I mean, I guess I could look at AAA a couple ways. Swaggerty can play center field, but I mean, he's just never hit at AAA really. Ciani, whatever his name is. I mean, he's hitting at least, but he's a lefty bat. That's an issue. Yeah, I don't think. Now, Brandon Lewis was a guy who was hitting the crap out of the ball. I don't know if he's a good enough third baseman. He's a righty bat, though. No, he's going to be pretty bad at third. J.C. Correa would be a good option, but he's only got the 55 arm. So Blaze Alexander, Brady McConnell, and Matias isn't an option. He just never played third base. I mean, Blaze Alexander has no business hitting in the major leagues with his performance in AAA so far. Sully Matias is not an option. Like I said, Brady McConnell just got called up. He was hitting well in AA. But those 87 plate appearances, look what he's done the rest of the sim. He's been really bad. And then outfield range, I mean, I guess I could always no, I can't do that. Call up a 60 range to play center field. I mean, Mondesi is my best option, but Mondesi is by far my best center field option. So I think what I'll do is I'll call up Correa because he's at least hit well. And I think we'll put Mckinley Garcia at third base, even though he's not really equipped to play there. He can be our third baseman. And then Correa comes in as our like utility infielder, and I'm probably going to go check the free agent and trade market for a third baseman. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I get Correa plenty of playing time. Man, that's tough. That's tough. No, you know, we're already missing Eloy, but now we're and Lofton's technically out, so we'll see when he comes back. What is this lineup even going to look like now? I think I'll go Biggio. I'll go lefty to start. Man, it is rough out here to find a righty hitter. Profar. We'll start it with 3 or 4 lefties in a row, but that's fine. It's against righties. Yeah, I need a righty there just to break it up. So Garcia, Mondesi. Yeah, I think that's about as well as we're gonna do here. I checked Profar's infield arm, right? He's got a very poor arm. Yeah. Well, this is not something I anticipated. Because, I mean, you know, I think my backup plan was, like, to put Devers in there probably because he has third base experience and his arm is okay if something happened to Whit. But, yeah, having both of them out at the same time, that's a doozy, friends. That is what we call a doozy. Still have Correa here. Put him at third. Garcia, our backup shortstop. Marchand now gets a whole lot more time at DH, which is not ideal. So let me just see what's even out there. Oh, Eduardo Escobar is out there. I mean, he's not really a better defensive option. I mean, he's a good hitter, but the thing I feel is inadequate right now is our defense at third base. Like, Aledmus Diaz, he's okay, but let me look at, like, infield arm. Alcides Escobar, this guy. Escobar's a righty. That's good. Wilmer. I have to open up a 40-man spot for these guys, too. Miguel Sano. What has he done? Oh, wow. He's been bad. Still looks like a decent hitter according to scouting, but look at these numbers. Where's his zone rating at third? Oh, he's hardly played any. Yeah. And once I get below 65 arm, it's not even really worth it. Alcides Escobar. The right-handed bat. Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens with the Lofton injury. You know, that's coming right up. So hopefully we'll get good news on that soon. Wait, when did I put Acosta in as the catcher? What? Have you played games at catcher? No, I must have just done that as I was doing this crap. You guys are probably screaming at me. Dude, put Melendez in. And I need to fix up this lineup against lefties too. Shohei. Yeah, that's fine. Brent Rooker, our leadoff hitter. And he's been really good. All right, so I just won 2-1. I don't think I looked at the box score here. Oh, wait, no, I did. Patino opened an inning and third and didn't walk anybody. Good job, Luis. So maybe tomorrow we'll get the news on Lofton. Goodness gracious. Oh, he's day-to-day. Okay, so what's his impact? Minimal all around. Let's let him try to play through it for now. With everything we have going on, Let's just see how this goes for a couple days with our. All right, we won 5-4. Who played third base for us? It was Correa. He went 2 for 3. He had a home run. So hey, if you can hit 2 for 3 with a homer every day, I don't care how you feel over there. Do it up, man. Brent Rooker, welcome to the leadoff club. Asa Lacy got his first major league start and went 4 innings. I have him limited to 80 pitches, so 82 pitches. Suriel made his major league debut as well and got the win because Barlow blew the save. Yeah, man. Okay, we're cooking. Who are we playing? We're playing Boston. Are they good? No, 24-30. They're not too good. Who's this cleanup hitter of theirs? Oh, wow. Who the heck is this guy? He hasn't hit at the major league level yet, but he looks like he could be a monster. He's only 22. All right, let's just see how this plays out for going. Oh, another win! Look at this. Mckinley Garcia went. So Garcia was our third baseman, and he went deep. Dude, if my third baseman keeps hitting home runs, again, field however you want. It's something to do with third base because Garcia did not have a home run all year until now. Pascantino got 2 hits. Acosta went 3 for 3. We just can't stop, won't stop. A whole bunch of doubles from guys. Mondesi had 3 doubles. Patino went an inning and a third again. He only walked 1. Only 1. Zerpa, ERA ballooned. Suriel got blown up. And then Marsh came in and got the save. Cool. Let's just finish this series out. See if the third base home run barrage continues. We won 3-1. Third base was Mckinley Garcia, who went 2 for 4. No home run, but Ohtani went yard. And Garcia had a double, so we'll take that. But if Lofton keeps not hitting, he's just going to lose his job. Maybe I should just put him on the IL to give somebody else a chance from the minors. Take a look. So Ohtani went 6 1/3, 2 hits, no walks, 11 Ks, just dominant. And then we got the Matzik, Barlow, Klein back end combination. All right, so now I'll go forward a bit more. I'll update you after the draft. Goodness, I hope we don't have any more injuries. We'll get Eloy back mid to late June by the time he's done his rehab assignment. So that's all for now. We'll hop ahead now here. All right, so we're up to the June 8th draft. Classic Pat draft here. A bunch of high school hitters early and then went to the college pitchers. Go in low ceiling, high floor on the hitters, high ceiling, low floor on the pitchers is typically what I do. But I will say the pitchers at the top end of this draft that went, I would have taken probably if I was at I think this was my favorite guy in the draft, Juju Stevens. It wasn't a great draft. There wasn't a clear 1-1 guy must pick superstar. But I think Juju Stevens with this contact power and avoid Ks, and a decent eye and gap power, I think he was my favorite. But these guys, this college pitcher, I think this is a totally reasonable pick at 1-1. I don't love the low intelligence, but work ethic is good. But I think this is a guy who could pitch in Double-A right now, probably, and could quickly move through the system. I would have been fine picking him 1-1. I probably wouldn't have because I like Juju better, but, I've said before, I don't really like to pick pitchers when I'm drafting early in the first round, but these guys are kind of exceptions to this. I think Brady Davis is a pretty solid pick, too. Obviously the stuff ceiling isn't great, and he's got a ways to go, but he's 19. But he's already got 4 pitches that can compete and a 5th that might not develop, but you don't need it to. I think that's a decent pick. I feel like there was another pitcher maybe that went early. No, not him. All right, maybe those were the 2. But anyways, looking at my draft, you can see right off the bat, I didn't intentionally go under slot again. These are the guys that I wanted. And I'm spending well under my slot bonus. Of course, I didn't get a 3rd round pick. I lost it for signing Ohtani. But Theo Gillen here, I got him 21st overall. I think this is a really high ceiling for 21st overall. And he's already got a pretty good avoid Ks and gap power. He's a good base runner. There were a couple other guys I was considering in this area, but he was the only one who could play play infield and outfield. The other guys either had no ability to do had ability to only do one or the other. So, he's not a shortstop. I don't see him as a shortstop. I think, he could develop into a backup shortstop maybe to give your guy a day off once every 2 weeks. But he's not going to excel anywhere on the diamond, but that's not going to matter if his bat develops. You can play this guy anywhere if his bat develops. So got him, and he's way under slot. Next, I went with Aiden Harris, who is another guy with a pretty high ceiling, I think. And it says eventually he'll harness his knowledge and improve his knowledge of the game. Hopefully, harness his energy. Another guy who can play all over the diamond, nowhere exceptionally, but adequate in most places. Brody Connors in the 4th round. Not great defensively anywhere. I think he could fake it at second if his bat was awesome. I think he could fake it at third if his bat was awesome. Otherwise, I think you're looking at a first base DH type. But, honestly, at 116th overall, I really like this profile. And then Tommy Henniger, college pitcher, who I think could pitch right in high A or double A. 146 overall. Really happy with this. He's only 22. I mean, he's already 22. He's probably not going to improve his ceiling too much, but this floor is almost a major league pitcher already. I got a few other interesting guys. I went on a run of where am I trying to go? I'm trying to go here. I went on a run of college players. So, guys you might see once I play out a few more seasons somewhere down the line. Like Daniel Figuera. That's a tough name, man. He's out of Puerto Rico, and he is a switch hitting outfielder with a 65 range. So he could fake it in center if you need him to, or maybe his range will play up. Of course, OSA only sees him as a 60, so his range probably won't play up. My scout is higher on him, but I think this is really good value for the 6th round. I think he's a guy who could make noise in the mid to upper minors already now, right off the bat. So that's an example of one of the guys that I got. Parento is a college pitcher who went right to A-ball. So you get the point. July 2nd, and the injury hits just keep on coming, man. Ohtani's out 4 to 5 weeks now. Whit just went on rehab, so did Lofton. I ended up having to put Lofton on the AL because he wasn't recovering. Our shortstop, Nikki Lopez, also missed 2 weeks in this time. Asa Lacy missed 2 weeks. They're both back now. But this Ohtani injury, man, he's been so good at the plate. A 173 WRC plus and 2.9 hitter WAR through 80 games. He's also put up 2 WAR as a pitcher. I mean, he's put up almost 5 WAR, and it's July 2nd. Is this going to cost him his MVP? I think it could. So that's highly disappointing. I was already carrying an extra pitcher, so I don't need to bring up an extra pitcher. Rotation now is Singer, Zerpa, Hernandez, Marsh, and Lacy. Marsh has been excellent since I put him in the rotation. I mean, I think these are his 5 starts. The other starts were as an opener. 6 innings, 1 earned, 6 innings, 2 earned, 5 2/3 shutout. A rough start there, and then 5 innings of shutout ball. Lacy is back and healthy. He will. He's been really good this year. Luis Patino, man, Seth Martinez. I might send one or both of these guys down. I've got some guys down here really banging on the door. First and foremost, Alfredo Garcia, who has just worked his way up the system. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was thinking of somebody else. This is one of the guys that I got in the Sal Perez trade. The other guy's up in my bullpen was Nesky, I think is his name. But he's put up a 2.64 ERA, 1.5 WAR, 2.2 R WAR, on pace for 5.5 R WAR. I did send Suriel back down. He just wasn't getting the job done. He had a 6.57 ERA. His FIP and Sierra were like half of that, but we didn't have time for wait. I didn't feel like waiting. I Lacy to call back up, and nobody else really deserved to be sent down. Jorge Wan has been good, but he's still walking 6 guys per 9. You're not going to be able to get away with that. He's been, I shouldn't say he's been good. He's been average. He's been totally league average in terms of ERA and FIP. So I'd like to get Garcia up here. The difficulty being that the 2 guys most likely to send down are righties, but with Lacy going into the rotation, I only have 2 lefties in the bullpen, so I can conceivably totally send one of these guys down. I think it might be Patino. As a reliever, he's is this right? As a reliever, he's Oh, wait, because he's like, never mind. He's like an opener, and then he was a follower, so I can't look at as starter and as reliever. Let me just look at his, like, pitching splits here. Yeah, I mean, his walks really haven't gone down at all. Let me look at the... Yeah, I mean, his strikeouts have gone way up in June, but he's still rocking like a 5.59 ERA and a 5.53 FIP. It's disappointing because, you know, if he could control his pitches, he's potentially a really good starter. He's only 24, but man, I don't know if there's a future for him with that control. Has McCullers gotten his season on track? Not especially. 6.51 ERA and a 5.12 FIP. So have fun with the rest of that contract. So yeah, that's disappointing. But so I think I'll send Patino down. It's his last option year, and we will call up Alfredo Garcia. So now both the guys that we got for Sal Perez are now on our roster, and they both like earned their way there by pitching really well in AAA. And let me think. I will use Garcia in. Let me do this. I'm going to use in middle relief, but also as an opener. Because these two guys will get some innings as openers. Sanchez will get a bunch of innings in long relief. So yeah, that should work well. So welcome to the show, Alfredo Garcia. Now over on the lineups, you know, how do you replace Eloy? I mean, you can't really. So Acosta, who is a guy that I got from San Diego, I think as a throw-in in the Yu Darvish trade, and he's really blossomed. He's had 91 plate appearances, a 145 WRC plus. So he's a lefty hitter. So against righties, he's going to be our everyday right fielder. I also called up Brandon Lewis in place of Pascantino. He's only got an 8 plate appearance. He's a pretty bad guy. I claimed on waivers in the offseason. Looks like a possibly plus power bat and a fly ball hitter. And he was absolutely destroying AAA pitching with a 170 WRC plus in 225 plate appearances. So I'm going to give him a run as my DH. Profar is on the bench here, but look, he's playing every 5th day there, every 9th day, every 4th day, every 5th day. So Profar is pretty much an everyday player, just in different positions. Switch to lefties, and Profar comes in for Acosta because Acosta's a lefty and I have him on the bench. I haven't really looked at his splits in terms of how he's been doing. Yeah, much weaker against lefties and righties, but not terrible in terms of WRC plus. I do need to fix up this lineup a little bit and possibly get, you know, Michael Garcia out of the cleanup spot, Eloy into a better spot. Yeah, but we'll put Lewis there. Actually, Adalberto Mondesi. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. Mondesi's had a pretty good year. We'll put him there. Yeah, that looks good. Now against righties, I think this works fine. I don't love Michael Garcia there. Yeah, we'll switch Mondesi and Garcia. So, yeah, so now it's July 2nd, so as we get close to the trade deadline, I don't really know what I need. I don't think I need much in terms of hitting because, I mean, I'm going to be getting Devers back to going for DH. I'm going to be getting, you know, Ohtani back eventually. Whit will go in here. And, you know, Lofton might come back, but Correa's been pretty good, a 107 WRC plus. Once we're healthy, Profar can play second base. He's got a 114 WRC plus. You know, Kevin Biggio can play second base, a 130 WRC plus. Michael Garcia can play. He's a league average bat. So I guess if there was a superstar second baseman out there, like, it would make sense, but I don't need a depth option. I don't really think I need any bats right now, to be honest, because my team is injured. My offense has been super injured, and I'm still 4th in the AL in runs scored. So, like, the depth is there even when I'm not healthy. Pitching side of thing, I think that, you know, we're first in runs allowed, so it's not that we need replacements, but I'd love to bump everybody down a peg here. Like, bump one of these, you know, 3, 4, 5 starters to the bullpen, bring in, like, another horse. You know, like, if Singer went down right now, like, we'd have basically all first and second year players in our rotation. So I'd like to bring in a more reliable arm. I haven't looked at the trading block at all yet, so let's do that right now. Let's go to pitching ratings. So Kenta Maeda is out there, who definitely is an interesting. Did he accept a qualifying offer? Why is he at 1.2? Yeah, so he accepted the qualifying offer. By 1.2, I mean 18.9. He's had a really good year. Yeah, he would be somebody I'm interested in for sure if we can make the numbers work, which I'm sure we can. We have money to bring him in. Milwaukee is 10.5 out of the division, and they're not in the wild card. Oh, they are in the wild card hunt, but maybe, yeah, okay. So Maeda is out there. He's definitely an interesting name. John Gray, he's probably got multiple years left still, right? Yeah, 4 years, 13. Or he's still got another year at $13 million. Blake Snell was traded to the Reds in January. Now he's on the Reds having he was another qualifying offer guy, having a so-so season. ERA is a little worse than league average, as is the FIP. He's had like 4 good starts in a row. Fly ball pitcher. Fly ball pitcher in Cincinnati. Well, that's part of it. So Sierra is just 3.73. Walks aren't great. I certainly prefer Kenta Maeda there. Chris Sale is out there. He's had a really bad year, and he's got multiple years left. Desclafani, Joe Ross, I don't know any of those guys really do a lot for me. Yeah, I mean, I think Maeda or Snell would make the most sense for us. So in terms of Kenta Maeda, let's just like put in a 20 caliber prospect. Are they like willing to get rid of him for anything? Okay, so he didn't tell me to get lost by just throwing in this random 23-year-old dude who is getting hit around in A-ball. So like, can I just put like in another random dude? Like, will you like that at all? This is a 23-year-old who's in rookie ball that I signed as a minor league free agent. He's pitching really well, but he's 23 in rookie ball. Tried to avoid hitting make this work now until I could trade Patino if I'm ready to cut the cord there. So this is my AAA catcher. He's 25. So I think this is a major league catcher. He's kind of like, I mean, honestly, like, he's probably better than Marchand at this point. Marchand has slumped. He had like 3 hits in June. He's about to hit arbitration. Does he have option years left? No, he's out of option years. So, man, do I prefer Rivero here? I mean, he's hit really well 3 years in a row in AAA. So maybe like I trade Marchand and bring up Rivero. Now, Marchand, you know, my scout definitely likes Marchand better. You know, sees him as a league average catcher. But oh gosh, he's bad against lefties. He's real bad against lefties. I mean, he's not good against either, but and the reason that's important is Melendez is a lefty, so when he gets days off, I like it to be against lefties. I don't know. I don't want to panic sell on Marchand just because he had a terrible month, which brought his numbers way down. I'd like to see if like I could give up somebody other than those dudes. I'd rather get rid of neither of them. So let me see if there's... Oh, wow. Okay, I went way too hard there. That's what she said. Okay, now we've got some other names in there. 2022 round 15 pick who's hitting well in high A. Don't really want to get rid of him. Esplin, who's this guy again? Got him from Boston. Left-handed hitting outfielder, so he's pretty redundant. Oh, he's been between AA and AAA this year. Yeah, I'd be willing to trade that guy for Kenta Maeda. Collins is another guy who's really kind of slumped, just kind of like leveled off. He's still only 22 though. Who's Matthews? 2023 round 11 pick who's annihilating high A ball. Yeah, so Esplin I'm willing to get rid of. So can I take Rivero out of it and then just like take on all the money? Dang. They didn't fall for that. They still want from the same batch of players. All right, let's keep trying this. Just trying to find some lesser players that they will accept. This is who's this guy? Oh yeah, this guy's interesting, man. I mean, he's 24 now. His control isn't terrible, but it's only high A. He's basically been stuck in high A. I mean, he probably should have been promoted. I don't take control of him, but I mean, his walk rate just isn't good. It's not improved really. Yeah, I'm willing to include him in a trade. Let me see. Do they even care about the first guys that I put in? Trevor Martin. No, they don't care about him. How about this guy? No, they don't care about him either. So now if I take Marchand out of it, still not into it. Does it broaden the players you're willing to accept? Yes. I see some different names here, like Jackson Kowar, who is a good player. I mean, he's not even in rotation in AAA, right? And he's 27, but he's a good pitcher who could pitch in the major leagues, I guess is what I'm saying. I just have so much depth at pitching. He's been a total beast out of the bullpen in AAA, but again, he's pitching out of the bullpen in AAA at the age of 27. Excuse me. Oh, burp there. Yeah, I am willing to put Jackson Kowar in this deal. My scout or my assistant GM says get it done. Are they willing to eat any salary? Yes, they are. Are you willing to set over a right-handed hitting prospect? Tristan Lust, I think, is a really good prospect, right? Yeah, there's no way they'll put him in, I don't think. Although he is 25. Oh, they are willing to put him in. What? All he's done is crush pitching, but they just don't have room for him? Or what? I mean, he's 25 in AA. If you have any future, you should be crushing pitching. But he's a right-handed hitting outfitter, which is huge. He's number 188th prospect in baseball. I mean, I guarantee you they're going to put Kowar in their rotation for sure. He's probably going to be decent. I mean, Esplin versus Lutz scouting-wise is not totally crazy. And then this guy, if they see being able to work with his control, I mean, if he gets 35 control, he's a really good starting pitcher. I doubt that's going to happen at the age of 24, but I can see why this prospect or this deal makes sense to them. Maeda they're just giving away, right? At this point, essentially. Kowar, I think they see as a starter. Sarantola, I think they see as a potential middle of the rotation piece if they can get his control worked out. And Esplin and Lutz, I think, OSA is a little higher than my scout on Esplin, so that makes sense. Maybe they're even higher than that. And my scout is higher on Lutz than OSA, so that makes sense. They see Esplin for Lutz as a win for some reason. Via scouting, and then they're getting back a pitcher who's going to go on their major league team now, and a guy that they see if they can get his control straightened out is a really valuable piece. I see this deal for Milwaukee now. How much of this deal you're willing to eat? Because I might have more trades to make. Let me just see if they'll put in another dude. Let me just pick a random dude. No, they're not willing to do that. I don't really care about getting another player. I'd rather them eat money to give me more flexibility. Javon Ward. You're a lefty. I've got so many pieces like you, dude. I mean, he's decent, but I've got so many guys like him. I wish they had a young pitcher they wanted to give me, in the lower minors. This is just their AA team, I just realized. How about Victor Vodnick? He's already near 40, man. Why would you even consider giving me him? Oh, they signed him as a minor league free agent. What if I take this off? Well, this is turned into a bigger trade than I was anticipating. Everybody's always asking for this guy. He's got a 0 ERA. Oh, he just got promoted to AA. He's a 23-year-old lefty. So this is basically Sapidna for... But I'd have to clear... Oh, I'd have to clear 2 spots on the 40-man here. Sorry, Vodnick. I do like you, but I like the guys on my 40-man. Are you a righty? No, you're a lefty. I don't need you. Okay, I think I'll just take the money they're willing to eat, which I think was like 40% we're up to. Can we go higher? So 45%. So we'll get Kenta Maeda and Tristan Lutz for Kowar, Esplin, and Sarantola. Huge win, I think, for us. And again, like I can see it for them too. Was he pitching out of their bullpen? What are these starts? Did he get hurt? Made only starts this year. Oh yeah, it's like 2 starts in a row. Oh yeah, he missed time there. Oh, he's a fan fave too. Our fans will be thrilled. All right, so I'm gonna make this trade. Yeah, they liked Maeda coming in. I think that's a huge trade for us. So I am going to have to open up a spot on the 40-man. Does anybody make sense to put anybody on the 60-day? No, I don't think so. Thinking I could 60-day him for a couple weeks to see what works out, but that would delay his return even more. If he was going to be eligible to come off, I would have done it. But I don't want to delay Devers getting back by like a week or 2. I think Webb is pretty obvious DFA candidate here. 2 really good pitches, but he can't start. I don't think with that 35 stamina and stuff isn't good enough for the bullpen. Just see if there's a deal before we DFA him for a prospect. A deal for a prospect? No. Okay. So we'll DFA Nathan Webb. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time with the organization. And then we'll put Kenta Maeda on the major league roster. And then we're going to send a pitcher back down. Is Garcia going right back down? No, I think we're going to send... I think we're going to send Seth Martinez down. Who hasn't been bad, actually. I mean, like, poor guy's pitched only 22 innings, and he's pitched to a 3.97 ERA. Wow, and his FIP is 3.25. He's pitched really well lately, I guess. He does have option years, right? Yeah, he's got 2 option years left. Yeah, I am going to send him down. Oh, he wasn't too mad about it. I'm surprised by that. I think Marsh has been so good since I put him in the rotation. Hernandez has struggled lately. If you look at his log, like in June he had a 5.96 ERA, 5.86 FIP, negative 0.3 WAR. Yeah, I mean, he was so good early on, a 0.61 ERA in April and 29 innings. But I think I'm going to put him in the bullpen. I'm going to put Maeda in the rotation. And let's see, what do we have here now? So we'll put him opposite Sanchez in long relief. No, actually, we'll do middle relief, and he'll be like our primary middle reliever, and we'll let him be an opener too. So all 3 of our middle relievers are also eligible to be our openers, but the only guy left now is Zerpa, the only guy using a No, but I guess I could do it for Lacey. We'll see how he does. Cool. Okay, so I will show you the international free agent I made an offer to. It's this guy, Chris Escalera, second baseman. Not great defensively, but who cares? Look at his bat. He's got high work ethic, and he said he'd love to come play for me. So, yeah, I think if there are other needs before the deadline, they'll present themselves in the way of injury. But after that, I mean, we'll get Ohtani back. We'll get Devers, Whit, and if we want him, Lofton back. You know, I could always go for a badass reliever since I have a lot of inexperience in my bullpen now in the back end, or in the, not the back end, in the, I guess, the front of my bullpen. But they're all guys who have earned their way here, and I have a lot of depth to call up if I need it. So, all right, well, we'll skip ahead here some and, you know, wrap up things around the trade deadline shortly. All right, so we're up to July 29th. Time for the trade deadline, and I'll come back to this trade here with the Mariners in a second. I'm going to do health-wise. Sanchez is out on rehab. He got hurt. Murphy will be back. He's been out all season, though. Stallmount we lost for the year. Unfortunately, we lost Matthew Acosta for the year, who had come up and in 152 plate appearances really been like our best hitter at a 143 WRC plus. He was walking a bunch. I mean, his BABIP was high, but like not insane. I mean, he was going to come down to earth some, but he was really like our right fielder while Ohtani was out. And once Ohtani came back, I was planning to make him my first baseman against righties, and then move Biggio and Profar around the diamond. Maybe play one of them at second base every day because we don't necessarily have that position settled. So he'd come in, you know, in 45 games and like really established himself as a starter. And again, over those he was going to come down to earth some, but in 45 games was really our best hitter. So that sucks that he's out. Ohtani had a setback. His return date is unknown. That setback just happened this week, so hopefully he'll be back soon. In terms of trading, I've thought about dealing a replacement for Brent Rooker, who's gone below league average. He's out here to hit lefties, and against lefties, he's actually been worse than righties, which is just kind of strange, a weird year. But if you look at the 191 BABIP, I think that probably sums it up. Just bad BABIP luck. I mean, his slugging percentage is still just as good as it is against righties. But you can see his WRC plus by month here. In July, his WRC plus is 9. But again, like look at the BABIP over the last 2 months, 176 and 182. He is striking out a good bit. He's walking a lot less. And then bad batted ball luck too. I don't know. I mean, there's no like sure automatic upgrade out there. So part of me thinks like, you know, this is just kind of a bench bat. I mean, he plays every day against lefties. And ride out this cold streak and hope he turns around because he was so good earlier in the year. But at the same time, I don't really want to leave that to chance. And again, if there was somebody out there who was definitely an upgrade over him and I felt better about having in over him, I'd do it in a second. But that's just not the case right now. I'll show you some more of that. Second base, you know, I think Lofton's about to lose his job, but then he's hit in 4 of 5 and 3 straight. I was just about ready to pull the plug. He's homered in 2 out of his last 5 games. I don't know. Maybe my scout has gone down on him somehow. Oh, yeah, a good bit since the end of last year. Wow. That's disappointing. So, yeah, I think Lofton will probably lose that job, but I think we have tons of internal replacement options. We've got Garcia. Biggio can play second base. Profar can play second base. And then we've also got our guy, JC Correa, who should probably really be up in the major leagues. He had the 103 WRC plus. So I don't know why this guy's playing over him. That doesn't really make sense to me, but do your thing. Oh, he's playing he's basically like a super utility guy, it looks like. Yeah, he's playing a bunch. So I think we have so many internal options out there, and there's really not a big second baseman who would be an obvious upgrade over all our options that's available. I looked around. There's really not a lot good out there on the market. Where else would we look? Assume Ohtani's back, right? And then assume this is our lineup. Maybe Garcia's in instead of Lofton or something. That pushes Profar to the bench. So then he's a switch hitter on the bench, which is pretty good. He's been good against lefties and righties, and so pretty comfortable with him being our bat, a big bat off the bench. And then we'd have Rooker on the bench, and I guess whoever the backup infielders at that time, if Lofton is still around, I might call up JC Correa, because he can play first base and he's a righty bat. He could take over this role for Rooker if Rooker doesn't heat up. So I really think we have all the options we need kind of internally here. And again, if there was an impact player to bring in, I'd do it. Will Myers is out there. I can basically get him for free. He would be a Rooker replacement. You can see he was fine in 2022 for San Diego, and then he had a not great year for Pittsburgh, and now he's been fine for Colorado. He's got a 371 BABIP because he's playing in Coors, but he is decent against lefties with the 107 WRC plus. So I could always do this, but I'm not convinced he's better than Rooker. He's better in the outfield. So, if I had outfield injuries and needed a righty bat out there, I guess he gives me that insurance. But I don't know. I guess he's more defensively versatile, certainly a bigger name. But I don't know. He has very little hustle. He's got a low work ethic. I don't know. I don't really want to bring that guy around. So I think I could also stand to upgrade the bullpen. Now, of course, we've got Sanchez coming back. Murphy could be back, but I don't really want to count on him. The Stallmount injury takes a bite out of our bullpen. And then Ohtani, of course, will come back into the rotation and push one of these guys to the pen. So, assume like Marsh goes to the pen. We're not going to need to necessarily send a pitcher down when we bring back Ohtani. We could send down a hitter. We'll see how that goes. So I do have a lot of inexperience here in the bottom half of the pen, middle relief and long relief. Assuming Sanchez is going to replace one of them, right? He'll replace maybe Garcia, right? And then say Marsh moves to the bullpen and replaces Wan. So we've got Sanchez, Hernandez, Marsh, and Wisniewski and Suriel. I could still see wanting to replace at least one of them, maybe two of them. Not that they've been bad. I mean, our bullpen's really good. If you look at these ERAs, most of them are good. Garcia and Wan are the two guys who I think I need to replace. And so that brings us to that deal with the Mariners, who were really interested in Vinny Pascantino earlier on, and then and they were interested in giving me these two guys plus another prospect for him, really good prospect. And they cooled off on that, but they still really want to be rid of Diego Castillo, and for some reason they don't really value their fourth-round pick from 2022, who is he was pitching really well in Double-A, and they demoted him to high. That's weird. So, yeah, my scout thinks he's fine. Doesn't seem as like a star, but he's only pitching relief in high A for the Mariners, so they've clearly soured on him for some reason. Not really sure why. But this seems like a no-brainer deal. The only hesitation being that we're trading a guy with an all-time great name. His name is River Town. God bless his parents for naming him River Town. I mean, that's good. That's real good. But other than that, he doesn't have much going for him in our organization. This is a real guy, right? Yeah, he's drafted in the 15th round in 2021 by the Royals. So I'm a fan of this guy. Oh, I hope he makes the major leagues. Because his name is River Town. All right, so I'm going to make this deal happen. We're going to complete that trade. And then we will, I guess, go here. And we're going to demote Jorge Wan back down. And then we'll add Castillo to the active roster. And I think he probably goes to middle relief, used more often, and setup, maybe. I think seems like although Stallmount was getting like no innings in this role. But I think I'll leave him like that for now. And he's not getting enough innings. We'll figure something out. So Sanchez will be back. I could see bringing in another lefty, and that would kick Garcia and Surrey out of the bullpen. He was pitching better this time around, but now he's given up runs in 2 straight. I don't know that. I mean, my scout thinks he's like the greatest pitcher ever. Jeez, OSA does too. Man, this guy is. I mean, I think he's definitely got a future in my pen with how good he looks. But I'd almost, I'd really like to find a lefty reliever to bring in to kind of replace him for this year, like a big name, reliable guy with a long track record. On the trading block, in terms of lefty relievers, Brebbia. I don't really want a guy that's under contract next year. 40 games finished. Got Josh Taylor, Austin Gomber. I guess there's not really a lot out there in terms of lefty relievers. Aaron Loop, who they actually offered to me before. He's a free agent. He's having a really good year. They offered to him. I can't remember if I was recording. They offered him to me with like a good prospect involved, and I can't remember why I didn't pull the trigger. So maybe we can do that. Let's just like offer up a really bad prospect to start. Trevor Martin. So then, like, what if I want Vodnick? And again, the issue is Vodnick needs a 40-man spot. I mean, I have guys I could DFA to make room for him. He's been in A and Double A this year. Pitched well in both. He's got 2 option years left. I'd almost rather get a couple guys lower in the system because I feel like the top end of my system is so crowded, as you can see by all the guys I've called up this year when I have injuries. But they're not going to give up the number 5 prospect in baseball. Well, that's disappointing and shocking. This guy's on the 40-man as well. Didn't notice a little star by his name. Yeah, I'd like to get a guy like this that's kind of like lower in the system. Nah, they're not too interested in that. None of those are guys that I really want to give up. There's the Esplin guy that I traded to him. I want to give this guy up. 2023 round 17 pick who's shown... Oh, he keeps improving. That makes him pretty intriguing to me. OSA has gone back and forth on him. Can't make up their mind. Yeah, this guy's kind of interesting to me. He's ripping up A-ball right now for the 2nd year in a row. Cool. I'm into that. How about this guy too? Nah, they weren't serious about that. Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. Just looking at like younger guys further down in the system that are like halfway interesting. Just to, try to stack up the system down there. But it looks like they're not too into doing that. That's their 2nd round pick. They're not dealing him. Okay, I think I like bringing in Loop. He's having a really good year, good strikeouts, good walks. I mean, he's having a great year actually. And then if we can, yeah, my GM doesn't like it, but this is a guy I picked up as a free agent just back in May. I think I talked about him earlier when I was filming or recording, I should say. Yeah, I don't have any problem giving him up. He's 23. Deadline deal. And they're going to retain all of that? Okay. Yeah, that's That's a no-brainer for us. So now we're going to send down Alfredo Garcia, who in his 9 innings didn't do well, but it was only 9 innings. I'm sure that he will be back in contention for a roster spot next season. And we'll make... yeah, so all of a sudden this bullpen looks a lot deeper with Castillo and Loop in middle relief. And so then when Sanchez and Ohtani come back, we can send out Suriel and maybe Wisniewski, even though he's pitched really well. He's really outpitched his peripherals, but also, you know, it's his first go around. He's 26. He'll be 27 next opening day, and I'm sure he'll be in contention for a roster spot. And of course, we could have, God forbid, some more injuries, right? So I think our pitching staff is a lot deeper now, and it was already deep, which is what she said. But I think that I feel way better with kind of these veterans in here, guys with track records that are having good seasons, and then the depth are the young guys who can come up if we need them, if we have injuries, etc. I would love to make a big move to fortify this lineup, but we're second in the AL in runs scored. We're 71-38, by the way. We're 16-8 in July. And we've been missing, like, how much of our lineup, right? I mean, Bobby Witt is only on pace to play 98 games. Rafael Devers on pace to play 83 games. Eloy Jimenez on pace to play 61 games. I guess it's not on pace. Well, they are on pace. They'll play a lot more if they stay healthy, but you get what I'm saying. Our best hitters haven't played, and we've got one of the best offenses in the league, and now they're all back. So the reason I feel all right is that the guys who have played for us have done the job, and they're not even they're like some of them in the minors are on the bench right now. And we have a lot of versatility with guys like, I'm blanking, Profar and Biggio. So I think we're fine on offense. If I could, it's like in the offseason when I was like, I think I'm just going to tinker. I'm not going to make a big move unless I can bring in Ohtani, and I did. You know, if I could bring in a superstar, I would absolutely do it. But I don't. That trade's not out there. I've looked around. That trade's not there. I think we're fine. We've got the depth. I did have a trade. I feel like I had a trade I was looking at for Pascantino, but I think I decided against making it. I was offered a good trade for him, and I didn't pull the trigger in time. It was from the Mariners, yeah. And it was similar to the trade I just made, but I was giving up basically Pascantino on the trade and then getting back like two better prospects, like a better prospect than Floyd, and then a second prospect too. And I basically was waiting on a scouting report on one of the prospects because he'd declined in the last couple scouting reports my scout had given me on him, and in that time they decided they didn't want to do that trade anymore. They were acting like I was crazy. Wait, actually not Floyd. It was this. It was Mazur and another prospect. That's right. And then maybe a third prospect too. Anyways, so I think this will be the team. So yeah, I don't really see anything else any other trades that I'm going to make. If I do, I will. This won't be the end of the video. I'll come back, but I think I'm just gonna barrel ahead here through the trade deadline. Maeda being the headliner and bringing in two other bullpen guys, and the second best offense in the league has finally gotten healthy, and now we're ready to be the best offense in the league. So thanks for watching. Next episode we'll come back with the end of the season. Hopefully we will have an AL Central crown as we're up by 14.5 games, so something really has to go wrong if we don't. And let me see. Oh, so we have the best record, by the way. Oh no, we're second best to the Padres, and we have the third best run differential. It looks like at 115. At one point we had the best record and the best run differential, so we've slumped. Thanks for watching. Talk to you in the next video. Bye.